So again, I see comments like this in the same video I did with my wife. Yes, my wife is a white woman, but I think people think because I married a white woman, it has something to do with narcissists marrying white women because they're easier to control and stuff like that. My oldest son's mom is a black woman. I was with her for years. Race and narcissism do not go hand in hand. There's no kind of racial component to narcissistic personality disorder. There are plenty of black women that I follow that are dealing with narcissistic personality disorder as well. So I'm just confused by comments like that. You married a white woman. Interesting. Like shit like this literally blows my mind. I've seen other videos people do too. It's like, let's talk about why narcissists marry, go and do interracial dating. Again, my oldest son's mom is a black woman. The person I dated immediately following my oldest son's mom is a Puerto Rican woman. There is no racial component to narcissistic personality disorder. I promise you that. I hope this made you feel better though, I guess. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware diagnosed narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Illness, from my TikTok platform, social media platforms, and everywhere. I use my platform to raise awareness for narcissistic personality disorder, get more people into therapy, and validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series is dedicated to just taking my TikToks and YouTube shorts and making them longer. They are 60 seconds or less. This is going to be a lot longer than 60 seconds. So the video you just watched was about a woman commenting that she noticed that I had married a white woman. And there was a few other comments in the comment section saying, hey, did you marry a white woman because they're easier to manipulate, this, that, you know, just the whole thing. I'm just like, yo, let me first start this by saying that there is absolutely no racial component to narcissistic personality disorder and people that they date. I've spoken to plenty black women that are dealing with narcissists, plenty of white women that are dealing with narcissists, plenty other women, people of color that have been dealing with narcissistic people as well. Hispanic people, like literally, I'm talking to people in Ireland, the Netherlands, Denmark, Australia, literally y'all, Africa, literally all over the world. Everywhere, literally everywhere. There's no racial component to it. Because like I said in the video, yeah, my wife is white, but my son's mom, my oldest son's mom, is a black woman. I don't discriminate against like race or anything like that when I'm dating. I know it might bother some people and things like that, but it's just how I've been. You know, the woman that I met that I told you I was a narcissist herself was a Puerto Rican woman. And she was between my son's mom and my wife. The woman that I dated between that, she was a Puerto Rican woman, and she ended up being a huge narcissist with daddy issues and stuff like that. And I'm telling y'all, she's a wild ride. She's a lot to deal with. Let's just leave it at that. But I see that, like I said, narcissistic personality disorder, it really does transcend race, ethnicity, religion. It's all in religion. It's like literally everywhere, y'all. So don't get caught up on the race of the person with narcissistic personality disorder or the race of the survivor that is actually dealing with them, because that can, because if you stand on that right there, it's like, oh, narcissists only go for white women. Then you're a black woman and you end up with a narcissist. It might be hard for you to differentiate that difference. Like, I thought narcissists only go for white women or Hispanic women or whatever, or white men or Hispanic men or whatever. I thought that, I thought only black men could be narcissists or white men could be narcissists and things like that. If you go into that with their limited mindset, you will get tricked 100% of the time. If you go into that limited mindset, you will be tricked 100% of the time. I have to one more time. If you go into a relationship or a situation or a date with that mindset right there, that narcissists go after a certain race, then you will literally end up, because I'm telling you, I've talked to so many people with different races and, ethnicities, creeds, religions, and things like that, Muslim people and things like that are dealing with narcissists. They can't just walk away from it. You can't just when you married to a Muslim, like a woman is married to a Muslim person, a Muslim man that happens to be a narcissist, you had to get 2 divorces. Apparently, I talked to a woman that she's in Canada. She said I had to get divorced legally, and I had to go to the church to get divorced. That's a Muslim person dealing with it as well. So don't get caught up on the aspect of it just being a racial thing right there, y'all. I promise you, race has nothing to do with it, because I think more along the lines is not necessarily a narcissist not necessarily being attracted to a race. I think it's the personality complex of the people, just a general attraction, lust or whatever, that brings people together. Because this is kind of falling in line with when people say narcissists only go after empaths or weak people and things like that. So if you're a strong, independent man or a woman, you don't think a narcissist would go for you. False. Me personally, I like strong, independent women. My wife is a strong, independent woman. When I first met her, she's still a strong, independent woman now. We work together now, lifestyle-wise and things like that. But I like strong women. Like, sometimes you fall into the mix and you end up with a person that, has, less, their mental faculty is a little bit weaker and things like that, and they end up being an empath. I always say narcissists are attracted to whoever they are attracted to, like by physical presence first. Sometimes finances are involved, of course. It's like, sometimes finances are involved, but I feel like physical attraction is the first step. It could be financial attraction and things like that, gold diggers, people going after sugar mamas and things like that. But it could also be, like, I think physical attraction is the first component. And yeah, could race play a role in that? Yes, race could absolutely play a role in, the physical attraction component. But I feel like who you are after you get into a relationship with a narcissist, who you are at the beginning, kind of determines how the relationship will go from that point on. So it has, like I said, it has nothing to necessarily to do with your race, unless that person is just attracted to your race. If that person just happens to be only attracted to white men or white women, then there's a racial component into that. But it's not just broad strokes. It's not everybody. If that person is only attracted to the black men or black women, then race comes into it fully like that. So I feel like people don't get tied up into thinking that like it's just like a race. Like narcissists only go, like every single narcissistic person has a type. Like they only go for one type of person. Don't get caught up on that, because as you can see through this, the millions of people who are dealing with narcissistic abuse, that there is not one single solitary type that people are dealing with. It's just like you can put them all in the room. You'll see everybody, size, shape, age, country of origin. Literally, everybody's going to be different. So you are attracted to who you are attracted to, and based on that is what comes from it right then. You're attracted to who, like the narcissist is going to be attracted to who they're attracted to, and then who you are. The person they get in a relationship with, who you are, kind of dictates the next steps in the relationship, the next direction that the relationship will go in. So like I said, don't get caught up in the blanket statements that people make online and things like that, because I see some people on here that actually, just make loud videos saying exactly that statement right there. That narcissists only go for weak white women. I was like, wow. And that woman, she's a black woman, and I think she dealt with a narcissist. So she's a black woman that dealt with a narcissist herself. So in my mind, I'm just thinking, you're a black woman that dealt with a narcissist yourself. How do they only go for weak white women? That statement just blew my mind. Like I said, just some stuff that people put out, they just put out just to sound different and to be different. Because I get it when you're trying to break into the realm of narcissists, talking about narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, you have to be different. You have to say different stuff. So I get that part of it, but like just the blanket statements kind of get people caught up and get people slipped up as well. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Mental Illness is out. Peace.